Hi, my name is Kevin, and I'm here with my co-host.
Hey, I'm Roxy. And today we have joining us Mar and Shayla just fell off. So maybe she'll jump back in once we get going as well. Um, what are we talking about today, Kevin?
We are talking about cyberbullying and other types of bullying.
Okay. So we're just gonna talk about some bullying, anti-bullying. I think like why we get picked on as young people. Hey Shay, thank you for joining us. Why we get picked on and then how we can stop it from happening to us. So, if y'all ready, we can go ahead and we can get into it.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Mhm.
All right. So, what is bullying, Evan? What is bullying?
Bullying is a repeated and intentional and aggressive behavior from one person or a group to any another, involving a real or precise perceived power imbalance.
Okay, so that's the dictionary term for what do you think bullying is? What happens when a person gets
When
bullied?
someone's being mean to you over and over, and they never stop.
Yeah, definitely.
Including like roasting or like saying mean things to them, threatening them and stuff.
Yeah. So bullying definitely encompasses a lot of different varieties of mistreatment. Mar, what do you think bullying is?
Um, Bullying can not only be verbal, but it can also be physical as well. You could be physically bullied and verbally bullied. It's just mistreatment, cruelty, any type of harsh treatment towards others, and cyberbullying as well. It could be through the internet.
Yes, definitely. All sorts of bullying. Have you ever been bullied, Kevin?
Yes, back when I was like 5 or 6, I used to get picked on. People used to hit me a lot and stuff like that.
And where did you used to get picked on the most? What happened?
At school,
At school. Is that where the kids be cruel at school?
yes,
So what happened when you were getting bullied at school? What did
I
you do? How did it make you feel?
it made me feel sad, and it also made me feel mad because like if it made me feel mad because I don't like it. I don't want to hear it right now. We're in school, supposed to learn, so not and I usually either ignore them or tell the teacher.
Oh, okay. So do you think that worked? Did that get them to stop bullying you?
Telling the teacher no, ignoring them yes, because the more I ignored them, the more they thought that I really didn't. I just didn't care, so they stopped messing with me.
Okay. What about you, Mar, or Shay? Have you ever encountered any sort of bullying?
I'll go. Um, I'm sorry. Kinda, in a way. Because, back in middle school, elementary school, I was wearing glasses. So I would get the cost of trying to pick on me. But also, it didn't turn into bullying because it turned into me getting into a fight. So it wasn't me being bullied per se because, yeah, they tried it, but I always fought back. It never really made it to the tell the teacher or ignore them because it
Oh,
got to a point where they'd say something or they'd be talking and I'll be like, do something.
so you took matters into your own hands and just started swinging on people.
Self defense. I was defending myself.
I think
I understand. I understand. You know, the goal with preventing bullying is not to have to go through those kind of measures. You know, not to have to fight. You shouldn't have to fight in order to be able to go to school every day. Like that is insane. We have to learn how to treat one another as young people so that those types of issues do not occur, so that we're not having to go to school and fight every day about the colors that we have on or about the way our hair looks or about the fact that we wear glasses or don't wear glasses or
Yeah, the way you look, dress, yeah, outside well, things you can't even control, or usually it'd be out of like jealousy, something that you have that they don't, so they
you know,
want to
like
try to
this
keep it
style
on
of
you.
people really come.
you think that people pick on you when they think that just because you may have money or you may not have money, like because maybe your family comes from money or maybe a person's family doesn't come from money, so they might be lack of income, and that causes problems. I hear a lot of people think about shoes, and like young people wearing certain kinds of shoes. Um, is that a thing?
It's, it's definitely a thing. I heard I've been at school a lot, and I've heard people talking about other people a lot and saying bad things about their clothes and stuff. So yeah, yeah, it happens like a lot of times. So,
What do you think? What do you think, Shay? Have you ever been in an instance of bullying? Has anybody ever tried to bully you, or have you ever been a bully before? Because everybody is not always the one that's bullied. There has to be some bullies out there too. Have you ever had any instances where you felt like you might be the aggressor? What you think, Mar or Kevin?
um, I've definitely been a bully once, but I've been stopped that because like when just like you said, be treated like the other, like they being treated like I want to be treated. Um, it's like when I was bullying some people, I got that same treatment back, and I knew how I felt when I was bullying other people, so I just stopped doing it because I didn't want to be like that anymore. I didn't want to be treated like that I was treating the other people.
So when you were bullying, why did you do it? What made you decide, oh, I'm gonna pick this person and I'm gonna bully them
Cause,
today?
cause, cause I thought, cause I thought since I'm, tall, I'm the best. I thought I was like the best kid ever, like the coolest kid ever. So I just started picking on the weakest I could find, and then I definitely got, I definitely got what I deserved.
So what did you consider to be the weakest? What made a person weak?
Like if they like, uh, if they, if they didn't like have a cool style or like they was just like not good at certain sports and activities and stuff. Like they're bad at math and stuff. It just made them weak. So yeah, it's easy to pick on someone who didn't know what they were doing.
But do you think we all have weaknesses or things that we're bad at? Because we all can't be good at everything, right?
Yeah,
So
but
that means that everybody has something that they weak at or not as good at as other people, right? So we have to look at people as just being different. We can't decide that just because a person um, reads better than another person, or because I can rock Jordans every day,
they
um,
better.
or I might be able to draw, and maybe you still drawing stick people, because that's me. I'm still drawing stick people, but we can't use those things to decide somebody else's fate.
Mm.
Mar, do you think that when you bully, what sort of effects do you think that bullying has on a young person?
Depending on the situation, it can take a real bad toll on the person. to the extent of people could end up unaliving themselves due to being bullied because of their circumstances, which most of the time, majority of the time, as a child or any mainly youth, you have no control over your life. So you can't control the fact that you don't have Jordans or you can't draw or you can't control that stuff. So for somebody else to take those things and turn them against you or use them against you, it hurts. No matter what, who, or what, it hurts. And people be like, oh, words don't hurt. Yeah, they do. Words stick with you forever. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to say or admit it or not, that stuff really sticks with you. So when you do something to somebody or say something to somebody in an attempt to hurt them, it hurts them and they feel that. And it can go way worse than you making it a little joke can turn into them, like I said, unaliving themselves or harming you or others.
for themselves.
That's true. Bullying is definitely a big concern. Like you said, it could get to the point even of a person wanting to unalive themselves. A lot of times, it results in isolation of young people. It causes them to have social issues.
Stress.
Issues.
Depression, anxiety.
What'd you say,
Mhm.
Kevin?
Stress.
Stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you don't have any friends or anybody. Like you're alone. Whether you're doing it in person to somebody face to face, if you're picking on them at school, or even if you're picking at them online, because cyberbullying is becoming a really big concern. Um, People making fun of you online, even things like, what do you think about rumors, where say I may have heard something about someone and then I go and tell somebody else. Do you think that that's a form of
You're
bullying?
spreading the word. Like
Yes.
You think that, especially if the whether, I mean, what does it matter if the rumor is true? What if it's true? Does that make it okay?
you know,
Why not? I'm just telling the truth. Why doesn't it make it okay?
it's still even if it's true, they're still saying it's something mean or bad to somebody about somebody else to other people, which will cause them to like spread it to the people at home. And if it spreads to people at home and they are spreading it to their fa- friends, then it will just cause them to spread it to almost everyone, which will probably make everyone look at you like you're weird and stuff.
That's so true. That's so true. Also, have you ever told somebody something and then they tell somebody the same thing, but then that thing gets twisted around, and by the time it gets back to 10 other people, it's not even the same thing that you originally said. We used to play a game all the time where we would whisper something in somebody's ear, and then you pass the whisper along,
But then
and
someone gonna end up messing it up.
To see
somebody
if it.
messes it up.
Can I
So,
add something?
yeah,
Um. Also, too, when you even if it is the truth, that's if somebody tells you something, maybe it was a secret, or maybe they thought they could confide in you because they trusted you, and then you turn around and go tell somebody else to tell somebody else, or post it online. That makes it worse. That makes that person no longer trust you or other people, so that causes other type of trust issues. And also, too, it can affect the person because once again, like I said, they think they can confide in you, and then you turn around and go tell somebody else, whether if it's the truth or not. That's their business to tell. It shouldn't be nobody else's business or place to tell somebody else something.
Like, there's a possible chance that that person will probably know like in about like a day or like a couple of hours, because spreading the word will lead to spreading one of the person's friends, the word to the person's friends, and then their friend is going to tell them what somebody said about them. So it's going to be faster for them to know what's going on and stuff.
so what about, what about if it's your friend that's bullying? Would you want to be friends with somebody that's bullying other people?
No,
What if they do it in front of you? What do you do? How do you stop your friend from bullying somebody else?
probably just stop being friends with him or find somebody who's not like a mean person. Somebody who's like smart and knows what he's doing. Like yeah, nice to people.
Okay.
And it was mean because that can cause problems. And if I'm with one of those mean people, the mean person can end up being next to me, say something rude to a person, and that person will start being mad and then say something about him, and then sooner or later it escalates to them saying something about me. So yeah,
Also, what about if
Yeah.
um have you ever heard um the the saying that you know you are most like the people that you hang around? So if you hanging around people that's bullying other people, even if it's not you specifically that's bullying people, it could end up you even unknowingly
making you do the
right,
same thing they're doing.
right.
Guilty by
Making you
association, but they say
yeah.
the birds of a feather.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got to
And
get away from those people. Tell them about themselves. You could be nice and tell them that what they're doing is wrong in a nice way. And if they don't accept it, then you remove yourself from them. So that way it won't even have a chance to get to the point of, oh, she hanging with her and they bullies. Don't talk to them. They all bullies. And the whole time you one of the nicest people in the world. But because you hang out with this bully, now you a bully.
that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes. And you definitely, if you see somebody that's doing something or bullying, you definitely want to address um that situation with them, especially if there's somebody that you call your friend. If I'm your friend, I should be able to tell you anything. We should be able to talk about anything. And if I feel like you're doing something wrong, as a friend, I'm gonna correct that. Like you said, you be nice about it, but I'm gonna tell you that that's not right. What it is that you're doing, and if you don't like it, then maybe we can't be friends.
Mhm.
There's a couple other types of bullying. We talked about verbal bullying at school, and then we talked about cyberbullying. Kevin, what other sort of bullying um, did you find?
So we are talk about, let's say, physical bullying. It's
Mhm.
basically where it's basically where it's like actions like hitting, kicking, pushing, and damaging property to somebody
Mhm.
or
Okay,
at somebody.
so that's like where you getting physical with somebody. You physically putting your hands on somebody
Like
else.
fighting and yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I've had those that's when it turned into a fight. And I've heard that. I've had that back in those days. I hear it all the time. That favorite line when I was wearing glasses. I heard all the time. I'll slap those glasses off your face.
And then it's like they suck.
And then you like do it. Then let's
And then
work.
I'll be like, do it. Yeah, that'd be
On the
my
back.
I'll be like, do it.
Or it should be like something. You trying to bump? What's up?
Yeah, like what? You said you're gonna do what to who? Show me, do it. And then
That's what
there's
you
been a
think.
couple times. There's been that couple times where they did it, and then I had to fight back.
Lord.
I ain't gonna lie, it's been a couple times where the girl that I said, I slapped the glass off your face, do it, and I done got slapped. All right, you got it, but they slapped me again.
And now you fighting.
Now I'm fighting. Not anymore. I retired.
Retarded.
Okay. Okay. What other types of bullying? Was there any other types of bullying that you found?
Social or relational bullying. It's like spreading rumors, like we said, spreading rumors, de- deliberately excluding someone from a group, or man, manipulating social relationships.
Mm, mm-hmm.
So
I've
basically,
seen them.
You seen that before too.
Yeah.
Have you ever been
Well,
friends with a bully? Mar, have you ever been friends with a bully?
um, kind of
I
like
don't
by
think it is.
default. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, because it's one of those things. It's like I don't want to be bullied, so you befriend them so they don't bully you. But then you got to watch them bully somebody else, and that's not right either. But
Ah,
it's like, hey, better them than me. But that's
dang.
not a good way to think. Now that I'm just thinking about that, that's crazy.
I mean, it happens though. It happens.
That is so
You got,
crazy. But yeah, that
you got
yeah.
to save yourself somehow. Somebody got to do it. You got
Yeah,
to save yourself.
you know me, little skinny black girl with glasses.
So I'm gonna go hang out with the big girl over here because ain't nobody gonna bully her. They all scared of her.
Right, everybody's scared of this one. So let me go. Hey, girl. Now she copying
Mm.
my homework, so I don't get I don't get bullied. I don't get. I ain't got to worry about somebody knocking my books out my hand or
Oh
Yeah, that's
no.
all.
something
That's
like that. That's so crazy.
Oh no.
That
Not
is
knocking
that
the
is
book
so
out.
crazy. Girl, yeah, walk down the hallway, you holding your stuff, somebody just smack it down.
mad because you gotta. Then you get mad because you gotta pick up books up and stuff.
Yeah, now I'm
And they
ready to
won't
fight.
even pick
Cause
it
why
up
would
for
you
you.
do me like that?
They won't even pick it up for you. They just be like, pick it up
Yeah.
and then walk off.
And then just walk by and keep walking like no. Or somebody walk by and call themselves shoulder checking you, shoulder bump you. Now I gotta fight. Cause who what? No. And there lies the problem why I was always in a fight. Somebody always was trying me because I was little and I was nice and quiet. No, I just look like this. Don't play with me.
Yeah, you had asked me some questions already. Oh, never mind.
What
Never mind.
I'm so um for me, I think that bullying was a thing that occurred then. Um it just was a little bit different um
Mhm.
with us. Like we definitely went on and we went to the verge of fighting. The difference between then and now is young people nowadays don't fight anymore.
Nope.
So
They gonna fight to
instead of
unalive
fighting
you.
instead of fighting nowadays, see, we used to fight. We would fight one another, and then we would go back outside the following day, and we would be friends
And
again.
they're in
Yeah,
playing. Like there ain't nothing.
yeah,
No, none of
like
that.
nothing
Now
ever happened.
they hold grudges. They talk about what you said 2 years ago on Facebook, and now they using different weapons
Yeah.
all over everything.
So now it's become a thing where not only are we having to fight. Hey, Tia, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Um, we're just in here and we're talking about bullying, different types of bullying. Um, whether or not we've ever been friends with a bully or whether or not we've been the one that's being bullied. So since you jumped in, I got to ask you, have you ever been bullied before? That must have been a no. She must have been fighting too.
nah. Unless you had to think about it like I did, because I had actually said think about it like, how did I? What? You don't really think about it, especially when you're a young person going through it at the time. You don't stop and think what's happening until it already didn't happen. And that's the scary part. What's going on right now? Ain't nobody
Yeah,
thinking about nothing until something it's already happened.
until it's too late. Until it's too
Mm-hmm.
late. Well, we've talked about,
Especially,
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, no, I was just getting ready to say, well, we've talked about bullying, different types of bullying, reasons why people get bullied. Um, Now maybe we can get into some ways in order to be able to stop bullying from occurring to begin with, because everybody can't just go out and buy a pair of Jordans so that they can be fresh every day, right? Like you said, a lot of times circumstances that cause you to be bullied are the same circumstances that are out of your control. Those things that you cannot control. You don't have any way of being able to control every circumstance in your environment that would cause somebody else to see something in you that wants to make them bully you, right?
Hmm.
So, what are some things that you can do proactively, different ways that you, as a young person, can prevent bullying and can protect other people around you from getting bullied? Kevin.
Uh, okay, let's see. To respond to a
Can't hear
bullying,
you.
to respond to bullying, uh, I try to do like these things. Tell the bully to stop, like say stop in a clear, calm, and confident voice. Walk away if you don't feel safe or the situation escalates. Walk away from the bully to a safer place, and don't fight back. Avoid physical or verbal retaliation. Stay calm and try not to give the bully the reaction they are looking for. Support the victim. Stand by the person being bullied. Stay at a safe distance and help them get away from the situation.
Okay, so a lot of times we hear the saying that snitches get stitches, right?
Yep.
So if I'm getting bullied and I go and tell it, um, and I go and tell another trusted adult or somebody that I trust, am I wrong for that?
No,
No.
Should I feel some kind of way for telling another adult who could possibly help to prevent me from getting bullied? Am I wrong for that?
nope.
No. Because it also says it right here. Report bullying. Tell a trusted adult like a parent, teacher, or a counselor if you or someone you know is being bullied. So I don't think it's a bad idea. So
No, it's not
Mhm.
because that adult
can really
can
help.
be literally the middleman in between something really bad happening to either the bully or the bullier.
And if you are like a teacher and they're in school bullying and you report that, then they can either get suspended, which will they will miss a whole bunch of days in school, which will when they come back they'll have a whole bunch of more work to do and stuff. And 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 and, and it's actually great because if they're bullying like that, then you get time away from him because he's not at the school right now. He's away at home. So you get time. See, you get time so that you don't get bullied at all because that bully is not there. Right?
But what about when they come back? Because, in my mind, I think about all of the circumstances that could possibly happen. And generally, young people, if they feel like if they gonna tell it, yeah, the person gonna be gone for a little while, but then what I'm gonna do when they come back? Are they gonna beat me up again? What should I do about that? Do I tell
Mhm.
again? Like, what do you do?
You can
Yeah,
tell again, but I don't think the teacher's gonna do the same thing a second time because
you
you
should.
know that's too many days away from school. They got to learn somehow, and you can just walk away, like you can just like ignore them and stuff like that. And if they actually end up hitting you or something, then that's like when you could tell like a teacher that knows doesn't play about like bullying. Because I got a teacher at my school, and every time one person in my classroom says one mean thing, he literally gives us all like papers and stuff. We all gotta do like a 5 minute paper of math and stuff, and like it's like
Hmm. One damn
annoying.
one.
So everyone doesn't like that.
So it's precautionary. It stops you from doing things that you're not supposed to be doing
Mhm.
because you
Hmm.
don't want that consequence.
Right. And that's another thing you could, because I know too, for sometimes there might be a teacher who won't do nothing or who won't stop. So you go tell somebody else. Go tell somebody else. If they don't listen, you tell somebody else. And if they don't listen, you tell somebody else. You keep telling whoever and any and every person you can. Tell your parents, they parents, the principal, if you gotta tell the janitor, tell them. Tell somebody. Cause somebody's gonna help
Lunch
you. Tell
lady,
somebody.
lunch
Every
lady.
everybody. If you gotta tell the dog walking across the street, tell them. Tell somebody so somebody can.
Get them, get them. Somebody
Keep
better do
telling
something. Get an
somebody.
ankle.
Somebody's gonna do something. Tell somebody. Anybody. Everybody. Somebody's gonna help you. Tell somebody. Even you might, it might be scary. It might be you might they might try to come back at you after you tell. That's okay. Tell again. If you have
And
to, defend yourself.
and if a bully is being like really physical to you, like really like hitting
Call the
you and
police.
making you like bleed type stuff, it can really get them involved with the police and stuff.
Yep.
So they'll have to
Call the
talk to the
police.
police and stuff. And it's like
911.
I used to have a teacher when I was in elementary, a police officer in my elementary. He said if I was to do like any other things bad and stuff, it could lead me to going to like I forget what it's called, but like
Juvenile,
it's a prison for kids.
juvenile, a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
juvenile detention center, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
they have them, and police can go to jail too. So tell,
And I
call
heard
the
that
police.
juvenile, there's a whole bunch of more bullies in there than it is in schools and stuff.
Ain't that the truth?
Call the police if you have to. If it gets to a point where the teacher, the
You
principal,
can
the janitor, the mailman, the mail carrier,
the
the lunch
neighbors.
lady, the dog walking across the street, they ain't listening. Call the police. Somebody gonna listen.
And you can end up going to actual juvenile and if you try to start bullying the kids in there, it can escalate to some other kids around you who don't like you talking to that type of person like that, and then it'll start to physically. They will literally hit you, or they'll talk really bad about you and make you have to like cry and stuff like you got bullied and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's real. You just have to be careful. You definitely want to tell somebody. I like that. I like the idea of walking away um, from somebody as long as they're not physically popping you in your back. Um,
Yep. Walk
of
away.
walking away from them. Um, I'm gonna tell you, I come from an era where mama said we don't let no kids hit on you, right?
Exactly.
No,
Um,
nope.
but like you said, this is a different type of area. Everybody's not swinging anymore. People are pulling out guns. These kids is out here
Yep.
pulling out guns and knives, and
Talking bad,
Nope.
um,
It's getting
like
to the point where you
yeah.
can get ran over by a car if they close if it's close to it. Like it's so sad the world that we are living in these days. It's so sad.
yeah. So,
Torturing kids.
so you really, really have to be careful. You want to
Mhm.
protect yourself. If you see somebody else that's out there bullying somebody, then you get them some help.
If you
And
can, if it ain't
if,
physical, because you want to be careful with that too. Because
yeah, you don't jump
you
in. That's like jumping into a domestic dispute. You don't jump in.
don't jump in,
You
but
go
you
get
do
another trusted
find
adult.
somebody. Find somebody else. That's where you get that police officer, get the security guard, a parent,
I've
somebody.
seen
Get
I've
that dog across the street. Something.
I've seen a movie where someone, like a kid, it was like two kids. One kid was like a bad and a mean kid. He always bullied everyone around him and stuff in school. And it was like one that was a nice kid, but that kid will always want to be with the cool kids. And to that kid, the cool kid would be the mean kid. And he would try to be just like the mean kid. And then as soon as he becomes from being a good kid to a bad kid, then he escalated and started getting bullied on worse than bullying is and stuff like that. And he ended up going to juvenile stuff. And then someone when he got out, he went straight to the churches and stuff. And he was praying to stop doing what he was doing, like because
I
he was
think
trying to
that's
be
deep.
because he was trying to be
Yeah.
just somebody else.
Yeah. You cannot be like somebody else out here. You cannot be a follower. You have to be a leader. That's going to be the topic for discussion next. We're going to talk about leadership
Be your
um,
own person.
and what that looks like. How do you become a leader? Will be our next topic for conversation. But before we go, do you guys, anybody have any last words or any last thoughts about bullying? I know we talked about a lot of different things today. Um, Anything else you want to get into, Kevin?
That's really all I got.
I just want to say, I know I joked about like getting a dog or something, but no, like for real, on a serious note, get some help. Find somebody, find an adult. And if that person don't listen, tell somebody else. And if they don't listen, continue to find somebody until somebody helps you. And if it gets to the point where you need to call the police, call the police. They'll send you some help too. Find
and if
somebody
you
to be calm, cool. If you can walk away, walk away. Tell them leave you alone, walk away. If it's physical, get some help. Call somebody. Ask somebody to help.
and
But
if you
don't
are
let it
adult
move to a
and
point.
if you are adult and you have children, please teach the children what we learned today, because these things that we are talking about can really help them out. And if they
Yeah.
are getting bullied at a certain point, they can use these ideas and then get away from getting bullied.
Yeah. And most of the stuff starts at home anyway, which is another topic for another day because you can be bullied
Yeah.
at home.
I like it. Well, you have it right here. Tia, any last thoughts that you might want to add before we get away?
No, I ain't even gonna lie because I feel like I'm lost in the conversation now, y'all.
Mhm.
I don't even know where to start.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You know, you always welcome to come in and pop in and join us anytime. Um, we just want to thank everybody out there for listening. Um, and yeah, every Sunday we getting ready to start going live with the show. Um, so whenever you're ready to come, just come. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll be there for sure on time this time next time. Or at least make sure my at least make sure my phone was charged. That's what it was. My phone had died. I love y'all though.
All right.
You can remember my name. My name's Kevin. And I'm here with my cuz and stuff. So yeah.
All right. Well, y'all have a good evening.
Have a
See
good
you next week.
night.
Bye.